There's a great deal of material on this ship which is original and is still sound and solid. And you would imagine that these exposed timbers would be rotting away, but look at that. It's amazing, it's not rotten, it's teak, it's solid teak. And this is at the most exposed as well. You can see here with the iron, which again, why isn't it rotten away? Why isn't it rusted away? But there's barely any rust, any wear on that iron. It is, I would say, it's getting on for a ½ an inch thick, that, and it looks brand new. That's beautiful material, that. You can see it looks like it's just been cut yesterday. It's over 100 years old, that whole part of the ship that I'm not happy about, and that I've been led to believe by our friends the Australians and actually the Scottish Maritime Museum, is that the ship had been entirely cleaned of all pest and pigeon. There had been a biological cleaning carried out not that long ago, and in addition to that, an officer from S.C.A.R.F, that's the Australian Quarantine Inspection Service, has been on board this ship several times to my knowledge, and a chemical cleaning has apparently been carried out on the ship. But as much as I don't like to talk negatively about this precious object, I'm afraid that the ship in this condition that she's in now, the filthy, dirty condition that she's in, would never ever be allowed into Australian waters. Obviously the Australians are very, extremely safety conscious about any material, any wood material that they let into Australia. But if you look down here, or wherever you look, there is evidence of, although they've got fishing net too late over the ports, you can see that there's pigeon eggs, there's debris lying everywhere. The pigeons get in here in spite of the netting against the windows. I'll show you something later on which just shows you how ridiculous the attempts to keep this ship clean and free of vermin and clean enough to pass quarantine inspection and get into Australia. There's eggs here, carcasses in all kinds of states of decomposition, and it is unfortunately there's a lot of pigeon shit littered everywhere. This is bad for the ship, and there hasn't been any biological cleaning, there hasn't been any chemical cleaning of this ship. The ship as she is now will never ever be allowed anywhere near Australia. I don't think any officer from the Australian Quarantine Inspection Service has been anywhere near this ship, and that is again the reason why S.C.A.R.F has decided that we must act now, because the ship will never get into Australia in the filthy condition that she's in now, and you cannot just simply sweep these decks and put the pigeon carcasses in black bin bags and make it look clean. The boards themselves inside here, all of that stuff in there and in there, that's all muck, grime. It used to be caulking and tar at one time. Inside that muck there is all kinds of creepy crawlies and potential nasty little bugs that Australia will not let anywhere near her waters. And this is not the kind of job that you can simply put a couple of boys on board with black bin bags and brushes and sweep it. In order to get this ship into Australia, I'm telling you now, all of the decking in this ship has to be lifted up. The only way that you could do it is to entirely dismantle it, frame by frame, board by board, and then you've got a collapsed ship. and the ship will lose its great historical integrity, and the only way that she could be moved to Australia then was a complete rebuild. That you're talking about millions and millions and millions of pounds then.